Hello, FNM-305, Advanced Screening and Testing. My name is Jonathan Young, or Coach Young, and I'm welcoming you to this course. It's possible that several of you have had me for the Associates class of Client Intake and Assessment, PTD 103. And if so, I look forward to having you back in my class. So just a couple things about this course to get us underway. So we're going over Healthy People 2020 in week one, and some of the information that we're going through in this course is definitely bachelor level. So NASM really does a good job of simplifying complicated aspects of exercise science into something that's easily applied and easily understood. But there's a whole lot of information out there with fitness assessments. Several different fitness assessments out there that will do some of the same things. For example, there's about maybe 6 or 7 step tests out there, not just the YMCA test. As a matter of fact, I prefer to use the Queens College step test oftentimes. So we're going to go into a little bit more elaboration about some of our fitness assessments. And that's a little bit more about what this class is about. If we take a look at our live presentation, okay, I do this in every class. I make a Google document. I kind of try and make it like an Oprah magazine, so make it engaging and fun and interesting. So there's a lot of industry tips in this document. There's a lot of information that will springboard your comprehension of what's in the NASM textbook. I can't highly recommend this document more for succeeding in your course. So if there's ever an issue that there's a great question from a student or a concern or anything like that, I will usually try and address that for everybody on the live presentation and on Yellow Dig. We go to Yellow Dig just really quick. Yellow Dig is definitely in your best interests. So it's more than a discussion post. And kind of like the Google document, I try and make it like an Oprah magazine that's engaging and fun. But there's all sorts of tips and tricks and industry practices that have been hard learned by Coach Young and by some of my colleagues that I'll also share that will save you guys, months and months, in some cases, years of time figuring that out. Just a couple, solutions to obstacles that have taken people a long time to figure out. I'll put some of that stuff into Yellow Dig. So this is my area where I kind of have free reign to share some of the things that I think are relevant to the topics that we're discussing. So definitely jump into Yellow Dig. In addition, it's where I'll share my live lecture for that particular week of the course. Okay. Um, yes, so use the live presentation document, use Yellow Dig. In this course, because we're in a bachelor's program, you're going to be asked to submit assignments with APA format. APA format stands for American Psychiatric Association. So it's the format in which the American Psychiatric Association formats all their documents, and a lot of science programs use APA. So I'll say that it's a little bit tricky to learn. It's frustrating because you're having to learn a bunch of new ways to format something that you're not familiar with. And so it starts to feel a little bit less like the content's important, but more how you word it. I understand that. I'm not going to be really grumpy or mean on APA, but I will send some things back to correct so that you can get additional points if we're not square on some of the APA. So hang in there. I'm not going to I'm not going to be mean as an instructor with APA. I'm always going to give you a chance to resubmit and make some of those corrections if needed, so that the learning process of APA is there. I'll cut that short right now. That's all I have to say. I look forward to seeing you guys in the class. I've noticed on the roster several of you guys have been with me before. I'm looking forward to it.